Alright, welcome back for the final video on my Live Oak series. I had not planned to do a third video on this, but apparently Live Oaks is really in the rotation, and I've been having some interesting games, and there's some couple things in this game I wanted to actually show you what I'm thinking about, so you can get in my head and hopefully learn a few things and become a Unicum too. That's what kind of the goal is for a lot of players. They want to improve and then join good clans, do clan wars, things like that. Some people anyways, at least if you're twisted like me and actually enjoy the game. Again, I'm in my AT-60. I've been really enjoying this tank. Got out of the last loot boxes. Going to the same position I went into with the object 260, and again, like I said, I know it's a sniping medium. I'm still going in the town. I'm still going to this spot, at least on this in this match. And it works out really well, at least to start with, until everything kind of starts breaking down. And I'm going to kind of show you how I know that's happening before it kind of completes and allows me to reposition and really kind of turn the tide of this battle. Again, our light tanks are doing a really good job of spotting things, or at least I'm assuming that was the light tanks that spotted those tanks. First, get my first shot in on the Iron Arnie. This thing's got such a great reload right here. 2 shots in. I'm thinking the Yag Tiger prototype's going to cross, but yeah, oddly enough, I never actually see him. Still see a Tiger Mouse. There's a Renegade. I don't... That was really unfortunate that didn't go through. Don't get a second shot on him. I do know the Tiger Mouse is still there. He's going to try to cross. And eventually. He actually does something kind of interesting. He knows I'm here. Because obviously I've been spotted. And he can't see through the bush, I guess. Or doesn't have the view range. I'm not sure which it was. I switched to a heat round. Just to be sure I can go through him. Right there. So I've seen that they got a lot of tanks that went into town. And they're going to start going. And I immediately, right here, remember when I talked about this little kill zone right here? When you get stuck right here, this is a bad sign. One, they're outnumbered. Two, our tanks didn't really take any of this map control. So I'm going to try to reposition. Hopefully I get a couple of shots down this road here. And that's sitting here. Yeah, I know I'm trying to side scrape in a ATT-60, and it's not really known as a side scraping, but I'm trying to limit the amount of my tank that's showing that they can shoot. So, you never know. It's always good practice to try to do things like that. We're bleeding a lot right now, and we're not doing much to them. Somehow our T-30's dead. I didn't see him take the damage. Right now I'm just using, right here, I'm going to pause. I'm looking at my view range, okay, that's more or less how I'm trying to decide. I want to be just past their render range, so when I'm firing, I'm not getting lit. He probably couldn't actually spot me through this bush anyway, but he might, so I'm just kind of positioning myself. If I do fire, I'm just going to kind of back up. I'm not going to just sit there and wait for him to shoot back at me. I'm just really hoping that one of them's dumb enough to kind of just drive through there, but I'm just get it, a position. Going to back up a little bit more. Do the same thing. I know I'm double bush now. I'm wanting to stay in this and try to help my guys, but my gosh, you see, remember this when I talked about tanks here just getting enveloped? They're just moving up through this town like this, and that's just a bad sign that my team's just going to throw it because they didn't advance. They didn't take any of this town, and it's already bad. So at this point, I know this is kind of fallen. I try to tell, my T-30 or something, my Pat in the Tank, the Ferdinand, they don't listen. They all just sit there and die. There's a fallback position that you can do right here, and it's just this bush line, and it gives you one, you get the, excellent concealment. It's not really cover, but it's concealment. And you can still see through these bushes and just about to the edges of town. So if they try to advance up through here, I will see them. Now, of the tanks that they have in town, there is no chance that what we have, like that Ferdinand, that Patton, the basically dead T-30 are going to hold that off, and they die in very quick succession right there. So I got out in time. I saw that it was falling and just relocated. From here, this is a pretty strong position if they're dumb enough to drive straight up through here instead of taking their advantage right here and just branching out and advancing and enveloping this circle. Remember, this is the way you want to try to advance this map, not right through here. But I'm lucky, and this is exactly what they do. They just advance right up this road, and I get a lot of farm in because of it. Um, I see my team in the south. They're already kind of moving into base. I don't, kind of on their own. It's probably not a good idea on their part, but I can't really can't play for everybody. So right now, this is double bush. When you can't see through it, that's double bush. If I can see through it, that's single bush, and if I was firing at this range through the single bushes, they would be seeing me. One thing I tried to do was like shoot each tank. Now, I know that's an odd thing to do, but what happens is a lot of players, when they get shot by something they can't see, they stop. And I was really hoping they would stop. They don't. They just keep kind of pushing, which is, I guess if you're going to commit, you might as well commit. But yeah, right here, just get another shot in. And I'm already up to 2,900 damage, almost 3K. I know most people would be pretty happy with this. I'm still trying to farm. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just moving my mouse circle around, trying to locate a spot where I can shoot this tank, because I can't see through the bush. Unfortunately, the M4Y is actually a pretty tall tank, so the Renegade's able to hide behind him. And right before I can do it, now, here, I'm just moving back up. I'm going to spot this Tiger Mouse. I'm not sure if I spotted him there or someone else did. I'm assuming it had to be me. It doesn't have any camo, so right there, finish him off. I'm going to poke through the bush just to check, see if there's anything else. Okay, so now I have a decision to make. They've already kind of flexed back, and they're finishing off our tanks in the south. I need to find some ground somewhere to advance and make up a new defensive line. I've got 3,500 damage, almost 36. I'm pretty sure they're going to finish off the 2 tanks remaining in the south. This means that the only way I can really find new ground, like new map to take for myself, is to kind of go south and basically hope these guys kind of push up through here now. Again, I don't want to just stay in base and stay in this little bowl waiting for them to figure out how to actually advance on it. Eventually they would probably do so. But if I can get up here and spot one of these tanks, maybe finish them off, I might be able to affect a change in the game. This game doesn't look all that winnable, but it probably shouldn't be. But they're only up, what, about 2,000 XP, 1,000 XP. Really important. Spot this Scorpion. He's out. They know somebody's got to be here now. I didn't get spotted for that, but they know some tank is waiting on them. There's the heavy. That was just bad aim on my part. I get spotted. I do get greedy right here because I do want to get a shot in. Notice the Rombi is carrying the big gun. I chose my gunner to get him back because I need my shots to hit, and this is going to be a close engagement anyway. Okay, so right here, I see 2 autoloaders, pretty healthy. I figuring if they push me right here, that's going to be very bad. So I'm actually going to fall back to this side, this ridge right here. I noticed that the Char is kind of coming up this way, so he's probably going to circle and play this ridge here, while the object 752 is going to come this way, which is honestly on their part pretty well played. But I'm going to try to at least get back here so I can keep this tank back. At least that's what I'm hoping to do. My platoon mate, I don't actually tell him I'm leaving. I probably should have, but you know, these two tanks kind of look like hungry cats, and I'm basically going to use him as catnip. So poor Kaiser, so say. Uh, Remember I say think like a Unicum? Don't be afraid to use your platoon mates as bait. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But I see the Char 4. It wasn't quite quick enough to get back into this position. I do put one shot into him. He just dives it right in. Get another one in him. And I was honestly kind of surprised that they just dove like this, but I'm just going to keep farming. I want to get this Char out of the battle. I need to get some tanks out. Um, I don't know. I guess I just thought he would be the most dangerous in this instance. There's round one. Remember, this thing has 3 rounds. If he high rolls me twice, like he could technically finish me off. So I'm being somewhat cautious here. Right here, I just make sure my there you go. Make sure my shot counts. I see he fires off his 3rd round, so now I'm just moving in. I'm going to finish him off. I'm going to make sure the spot. He does a good job trying to hide his cupolas, so I just pull up, finish him off, make sure the round counts, and I back down. And at this point, I'm just kind of zooming out, and I'm just trying to figure out what's my next play. Do I go back and help my team this way? There's still Rombi, and I think about that for a moment, and I think, I don't need to leave that behind me, because if he's able to advance up, that's very bad. Now, I start poking, because I figure he's somewhere, right? And I back down, I get spotted. At this point, there's only 2 places that he can really be to have spotted me. He's either here or here. Barring that I didn't get shot when I was right here, he's most likely in this bush. And I am a 1 shot for him because he's using the big gun. He's already shot me once, so I know that. Here we have the tier 8 Polish TD. He's actually moved up. Now this is actually important. Intuition. So right there, I just quickly used intuition to switch to an HE round. Why did I do that? Well, one, the Rombi has no armor on its turret, right? So I can pin him with HE. HE hits a lot harder when you can pin it. So there is absolutely no reason for me not to do that. And that's something, it's not, I wouldn't necessarily call it like a skill set to do, but you'll see this all the time from like Unicum players. If you're watching other streamers, when they get chances to just, intuition switch to like an HE round to pin something to do that extra, just a little bit more damage. I hit that guy for, 422. That's basically 102. That's 102 damage higher than my standard rounds average. So, I got him on a reload. I can make this shot count. Boom, dead. I picked up my 5th kill. I'm at 6,200 damage, almost 63. I got 557 spotting. There's 2 tanks left. I need to kind of get with my teammates and figure out a game plan here. The Nomad can hit pretty hard. I'm a 2-shot for him either way, right? If he's using his premium ammo, I think he hits for like 480 or something like that. And if he's, that's what I'm thinking anyways. He could probably potentially high roll me, but I would suspect if I could get double capped pretty easily. I see my Kunstpanzer. He's moving up. I'm hoping he gets some spots, maybe on this ridge up here. He doesn't. Not really sure what he's doing. He's just parked behind the house. So he either got spotted or I don't know. Maybe he's drunk. Here, so remember when I talked about this in the earlier videos, moving up through this ridgeline, this waterway. I'm more or less going to do that, but I'm moving up because these tanks haven't gotten spotted, so I kind of know they're not on this ridge. So I just want to get up to this ridge as quick as possible and really kind of figure out what I'm going to do from there. This is just like a cat and mouse game. It's if they're working together, if I just make a mistake, I could easily get die right here. So the Kunstpanzer gets lit. He's still in town. I don't know where the Nomad is, but I'm going to just move on up to this ridge. For some reason, I don't see the scorpion, so I just drive right into him. Um, I'm sitting here just looking at this bush, like, it's a good bush. Might be able to get a shot on, and boom. Oops. There's a tank there. Um, so right here, I wonder if this guy's going to poke out. I think he was going to poke right there, and not able to connect. Fortunately, my TD and my Kutzpanzer, they're just driving straight in. They're going to finish him off. And that really just leaves the Nomad at this point. And I'm going on a hunt. Um, I'm kind of figuring there's only really a couple of spots I would expect him. He could be like this G4 area at that house. Slim chance he could be on the hill, but it's that or he's back here. He turned out that he just went straight back to base. I'm not really surprised by that. Uh, C-130 spotted him. Shot goes off. Nomad just races for. I guess he was trying to get around him. I look in, fire off my round, secure the top gun for 6,300 and 63 damage, 6 kills. That was good enough for an ace tanker. Um, what can you take from this? Well, again, if you've watched some other earlier videos on this, just realize when your team has a really bad deployment in town, for one, and that can give you a cue of um, it could go south really quickly, especially if their team is smart and they just start moving up this whole town. And once they kind of done this, like, and they get into these buildings, like anything that's still here will probably die most of the time. You know, maybe one out of like 20 games that they're able to fight their way out if they just stay in that little kill box. Um, Again, if you're in that situation, you're pushing from the other side. If you're the other team, don't just drive straight up here and along this road. You know, you have to take this area through here. Like, you can leave a couple of tanks in here, you can move up to this ridge, but the way to advance to these bases is through here, um, and they definitely could have done that this game. Um, this was theirs to lose, and fortunately, some heads up plays on my part, I was able to kind of carry our team out of it, especially with the help of Kaiser. Um, Beard, he was leading the charge over here. I probably, normally, if I was paying attention, I probably would have told him he needed to come back from that because they were very isolated. But, um, yeah, that's why I like platooning with friends, especially players that you play with quite a bit. You know, definitely, don't be afraid to platoon with people. Especially, it's good for your, forming relationships and enjoying the game. You can sit here and just chat with them. But that's all I got for this series. I'm going to be loading up some more videos and continuing this Unicum guide. But look for those telltale signs. Look for lines collapsing. Know places that you can fall back to, and this will just help increase your damage per game, and that's what's going to help you become a Unicum. That's it for now. Keep tanking, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield.